Now, whoever is ultimately selected to lead this department faces some major issues. Here's KCTV5's investigative reporter, Angie Racono. Angie?
Brad, the new chief will need to tackle crime, staffing, and some major political issues. Here are 5 of the big challenges ahead for whoever leads this department.
The homicide rate. Kansas City's homicide rate has steadily increased in the past years. We've had 79 this year. At this time last year, there were 55. 41 in 2015 and 38 in 2014. So in 3 years, the homicide rate has more than doubled. It's gone up 63%. That has put Kansas City in a harsh nationwide spotlight. The FBI singled out 7 cities, including Kansas City, in its last annual report. Body cameras. Kansas City doesn't have them. The price tag and the storage of the videos make it tough. Right now, the department has dash cameras that offer a limited perspective. 911. Hold times are up. A recent KCTV5 investigation revealed it's now an average wait of 31 seconds if you call for help. That's way beyond the national recommendations. Someone even spent 17 minutes on hold in June. The department plans to ask for hundreds of thousands in new funding to solve the problem. Restructuring. The department faces pressure to restructure. A recent audit found too many middle managers and not enough officers on the street. That report recommended an immediate shift. And finally, guns. It's a huge issue for any major city. Recent state legislation relaxed the rules for gun ownership and who can carry a gun. Both the department and the mayor oppose that. The interim police chief recently blogged about kids and guns after a child shot another child on the playground. He reminded everyone gun locks are free and available at any patrol station. You just have to ask.
We'll continue our reporting on these major issues and keep you posted on the selection process for the new chief. Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.
Thanks, Angie. We have new details on a story that was breaking news last night at 6. A man stabbed outside a Westport strip mall has died, and prosecutors have filed murder charges against 48-year-old Kenneth Tilson. According to court records, a witness says he saw Tilson run and after the victim and stab him.
The push to make KCI better is on. Right now, teams of companies are preparing their proposals to build a new single terminal airport that will be privately financed. New here at 6, we're getting a good look at who's competing for that big job.
A great past and a bright future. A solution we can all get behind that defines the heart of our city.
Have you seen this ad or heard a similar one on the radio? Kansas City-based Burns & McDonnell, which is ranked the 3rd largest airport designer in the United States, is all in.
We are going to work together as a team to make this a very successful hometown project.
On Tuesday, the company announced 20 new members of what they're calling their Burns & McDonnell KCI hometown team. Local contractors, engineers, and design groups that will all be a part of the project, assuming they're awarded the job.
We're not just creating jobs with this project, right? We're creating thousands of jobs with this project. But the great thing about this project and the great thing about this opportunity is these jobs are imminent.
But they're also competing with AECOM, based in Los Angeles with an office in Kansas City, and the largest airport design firm in the U.S. AECOM is also assembling their team.
At every level of this project, we're looking to include people in any way that we can.
AECOM held an event on Wednesday, and one more company, Edgemore Infrastructure and Real Estate out of Bethesda, Maryland, is also assembling a team and plans to submit a proposal for the estimated $1 billion project. Design firms bidding on the project must submit their qualifications by July 27th and then financing details by August 10th. A vote is expected to happen in November after a company is chosen.
Today, the University of Kansas Medical Center held a grand opening for a new facility to train the doctors and the nurses of the future. Students in the schools of medicine, nursing, and health professions will learn side by side. The building includes simulation labs with computerized patients. Kansas's Lieutenant Governor says that'll help address the state's doctor shortage.
What this means for the state, though, means approximately 25 to 50 more doctors every year. And it also means a higher quality doctor and doctors that are more likely to train in Kansas and stay in Kansas.
The $82 million facility was paid for with money from a combination of the state, the school, and donors.
The Chiefs quarterback of the future has signed his contract.
And tonight, first-round draft pick Patrick Mahomes will be signing autographs at a baseball game. Andrew Carter is live at Community America Ballpark in KCK. And Andrew, it's nice for Mahomes to have this taken care of with training camp now just a few weeks away.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Brett. It's always nice to avoid any contract disputes, especially heading into training camp. You know it can distract the team. We saw that a little bit with Eric Berry last year, but that will not happen, as we know now, with Patrick Mahomes this season. He inked his new deal today with the Chiefs, officially becoming the quarterback of the future. Now, we've seen Mahomes in OTAs and minicamp, but now we will see him as he arrives at St. Joe on Monday for training camp. We, of course, will be there for that. And check out this. Here's a photo the Chiefs tweeted out today of Mahomes signing his deal. As we mentioned, the next thing he will sign, though, is autographs tonight here at the T-Bones game. Obviously, for the T-Bones organization, they're really excited for his arrival.
You'll probably see him on an on-field parade, waving from a vehicle on the warning track, and then maybe he's involved in a football toss or two, and certainly a jersey presentation. But it'll just be a great chance for our fans to see him and welcome him to Kansas City and show what great fans Kansas City is, baseball and football fans overall, what a great city we are.
Now, I got confirmed in about the last 10 minutes. We will have an interview with Patrick Mahomes in about an hour. So be on the lookout tonight on KCTV5 News at 10, where we'll air that interview for you. Live from KCK, Andrew Carter, KCTV5 Sports.
The newest chief, Andrew, thank you very much. Well, taxpayers like you are picking up the tab for childcare, so some people can earn a college degree.
But an investigation has turned up people right here in Missouri who are illegally exploiting that program. Up next, see how authorities catch those who are cheating. And the extreme heat is not sidelining some young athletes. You'll find out what doctors say parents need to watch out for and what they can do to keep their children healthy in this heat. Gary.
Hey, Gretchen Wilson will be performing on this stage this evening. It's Hot Country Nights, and it's the hottest night so far in 2017. But there's a couple of hot ones about to hit you that'll be even hotter than this one. Your Storm Track 5 forecast is next.
Anyone with kids knows that daycare can be expensive, but some parents can get free daycare courtesy of taxpayers if they're attending college. Investigative reporter Chris Nagus from our sister station in St. Louis learned that some parents are getting the benefit even when they're not in school. So he's asking government officials what they're doing to stop it.
She's not getting a diploma, but Ariane Stewart is graduating from federal court, majoring in theft of government funds.
I don't like to be recorded, and I don't know what you're doing, and I'm fine.
According to the Fed, Stewart stole from all of us. She applied for what's known as the Child Care and Development Fund, a $5.7 billion federal program that helps low-income families get daycare as long as the parents are working or enrolled in college. Stewart did neither of those activities, but received child care payments totaling nearly 47 grand. Are you worried that you're going to go to prison over this?
I will not be going to prison, and can you please stop?
Miss Stewart is one of, I think, 4 or 5 here in St. Louis that we've had this last year with similar type of conduct.
Bill Young leads a team of special agents. The Office of Inspector General, Health and Human Services roots out bad actors like Stewart.
We had another individual that was over 100,000 just here in St. Louis. So
for child care for that person?
Yes, similar type. She had 9 children.
The billions are doled out from Washington, D.C. to every state. Kansas gets $52 million. Missouri gets nearly $110 million. It's a lot of money to oversee.
Is it an easy program for it to get away from us?
I think that given the numbers, I think it can be.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
In cases like the one involving Stewart, the fraud went undetected for several years. In 2010, she asked for the child care, citing college, and provided a bogus class schedule. It happened again in 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014. In 2015, she indicated she was still attending class Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Court filings indicate she only has a high school diploma. She could have easily received a real college degree over the time the fraud unfolded.
Did you actually use the money for child care, or did you blow it on something else?
No, the kids was in an actual school.
Something Stewart chose not to do herself, but instead lie about to get free daycare for herself. Investigators like Bill Young say despite the fraud, the program is needed and helps many low-income families. But it's a program that needs to be watched.
It's a very well-intentioned program, but again, given its size, it's susceptible to folks that want to take advantage of it.
I'm trying to go home and the court is over and I don't have to talk to you guys.
The reality is there are not enough investigators to eliminate all fraud in any government program, but if you know someone that is abusing this program, you can report it. We have a number on our website. Chris Nagus, KCTV5 News.
Extreme heat like this can pose a danger to young athletes. KCTV5's Caroline Sweeney asked a doctor what parents need to know to help their children stay safe in heat like this.
With temperatures nearing triple digits, doctors here at the Centerpoint Medical Center say heat exhaustion is a major concern. But they also say parents don't worry because you have everything you need to keep your kids cool right at home.
Get them inside, get them around the air conditioner, get a fan, put it on them, and then get their skin wet.
If your kids want to play outside, doctors say watch them closely for signs they may be overheating.
They get so dehydrated that their skin gets pale, they stop sweating, and then their skin may even feel cool, but they're not acting normal. Anytime that happens, you need to come to the hospital.
Doctors here at Centerpoint say they have seen heat-related cases come into the emergency room already this year. They also recommend ice baths to lower body temperature.
Medical experts also say to watch your children for sunburns. They could be a sign for dehydration. In Independence, Caroline Sweeney, KCTV5 News.
Some important advice for anyone working or working out in the heat.
Yeah, definitely got to keep that stuff in mind. Storm Track 5 meteorologist Gary Amble is live tonight now at P&L. And Gary, I mean, you are so brave to be out there. It is just so hot out.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, when the boss says go out there, you'd have to be even more brave to say no. Know what I mean? But anyway, no, this is actually the place to be. Look at all the people that have showed out here. This is awesome. Starting to fill up the area. There's still plenty of room for other people, but even some of the terrace seating and standing areas are beginning to fill up. And most of the stage front areas now have people kind of leaning on the stage with elbows, but for the most part, there's still a little bit of room for some more people to show up. So who's performing tonight? Well, the marquee person is Gretchen Wilson, but we do have some local talent that will be playing prior to that. It's Hot Country Night, and man, is it ever. Let's get a look outside with the city cam. Skies are blue at this moment, so no cloud cover to get in the way of the sunshine. And man, did that sun ever do its job today, pushing temperatures to the highest point so far in 2017. So far anyway, but we've got a couple of hot ones that may actually beat today coming at you Friday and Saturday. Area temperatures right now, Kansas City is still in the mid-90s. Heat index in Kansas City is still above 110 at this hour. Last time I looked over at the Storm Track 5 Mobile Weather Center, it said 100 and, 102 was the feels like, but 97 degrees was the temperature here downtown. A lot of folks have been wondering, Gary, why are you out here on a hot day wearing long sleeves like that? Well, you know what? A white cotton shirt that's loose fitting is actually cooler than a t-shirt, especially a colored t-shirt. So I'm telling you, this is actually, to me, the coolest that I have been, which is one reason why I'm wearing that. All right, let's get your P&L forecast for you. Rest of the evening hours, it's going to be sizzling. Now, temperatures do drop off to about 93 degrees at 7 o'clock. Keep in mind the heat index then will still be at about 102. So we've got some sizzling temperatures all the way through 7. It does cool off by 10 o'clock when the temperatures will be falling back into the mid-80s by that 10 o'clock hour. Skies will remain clear at that point. Now, Friday's going to be a sizzler too, starting out in the 70s, but that doesn't last long. By the mid-morning hours, it's going to turn excessively hot again, with temperatures soaring all the way to 98 degrees. At that point, I would expect the heat index to easily top 110 degrees because tomorrow's still going to be a rather humid day. And because it's going to be so excessively hot tomorrow, obviously, the excessive heat warning will be extended through Friday, and actually this goes all the way through 8 p.m. Saturday. So expect tomorrow to be hot, followed by another sizzler on Saturday. Satellite and radar, and this is probably me just trying to be a little bit optimistic, hoping for a little cloud to roll by, because I see none of that, and the satellite radar is going to be bare. That'll take us into the forecast track, which calls for more of the same tomorrow, another sunny day. Saturday will be mostly sunny through most of the day, but clouds will build in late. And if you're patient, you'll get a little pop of rain right along a cold front that comes in late in the day Saturday. But that, as much as anything, is going to offer us a beautiful treat that'll last about 3 days. Let's get to look at your Storm Track 5 7-day forecast. I'll show you what I mean. After a couple of brutally hot days where temperatures could actually hit 100 degrees Saturday, Sunday will be cooler at 90. I know it's hot, but still 90. And then upper 80s expected both Monday and Tuesday with low temperatures in the 60s. That is really a treat from Mother Nature, but then the heat does begin to build in towards the end of next week. That's a good look at your forecast. A couple of hot days ahead of us, and certainly a hot evening tonight. And you can see here that the crowds are already beginning to form. I don't know, there may be 100, maybe 150 people out here right now, but the concert hasn't started yet. And again, Gretchen Wilson doesn't perform until the sun goes down tonight. By that point, I think this area is really going to be rocking you guys with country tonight.
Oh, nothing like a hot summer night with some country tunes in downtown Kansas City. Sounds like fun, Gary.
That's it.
All right, one of our trending concerns on our investigative tip line is sky-high water bills. Kansas City water rates have increased to help pay for structural improvements, and we're now hearing from families who say they're drowning in water bills and may have to move as a result.
The humiliating part of it is when, for some reason, I can't meet my obligation with the water. I can't pay everything that they want when they want it, and they interrupt my service, and I got to face my family and look at them in their eyes and have an explanation as to why this is off.
Tonight, we investigate your concerns about water rates and look at ways you can save money.
Thank you for watching here tonight on KCTV 5 News at 6 o'clock.
And we hope you'll join us again back here at 10 o'clock.